now Vitale American Retirement Advisors with the Grading Investments Weekly Market Update for the week ending May 13th, 2024. So let's get into what's going on with stocks. We got some new announcements going on, a lot of things happening. Stocks did rebound last week with the S&P crossed over the 10% return year to date. Both U.S. and international stocks are back to positive year to date, but the U.S. is outperforming its international counterparts. Bonds, on the other hand, remain negative year to date despite the positive week. Interest rates remain the story there, with the 2-year Treasury rose again last week to 4.87%, while the 10-year was flat at 4.5%. So, of course, the inverse yield curve there. Upcoming economic releases, all eyes will be on the inflation this week, with the PPI and CPI reports due, which were just yesterday and the day before, which ticked down just a little bit, which was good, and we'll talk more about that next week. Accordingly, the University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Report, the expectations of the one-year inflation trends have risen recently, but the actual data will provide. But we're starting to see it come down a little bit. The market responded favorably to that, but it's still a little bit hotter, but we're starting to see prices come down, except for the grocery stores, right? Let's talk about market outlook. Despite a relatively negative sentiment report, the market has been resilient as corporate earnings have largely been better than expected. According to the FactSet, 92% of S&P 500 companies have reported earnings, with 78% of them beating the EPS expectations. Further, the year-over-year earnings growth rate of 5.4%, which is held, will be the highest year-over-year growth since Q2 of 2022. Now, over longer periods of time, corporate earnings growth is a much better determinant of stock price performance. While there have been some negative reports, the overall trend remains relatively positive. So that's good news. We are still seeing, actually, the forecasts are actually bumping it up, so we're hoping for target is now 5,500 S&P by year end. So we'll see how that goes. Let's talk about the recent activity. Last week, the G33 sold Texas Roadhouse and Shockwave Medical, and the G50 sold Dover, which used the proceeds to purchase Pfizer in the portfolio. So we're doing that all the time. You know how we rebalance every quarter. Gradient's always getting in and out, making sure that we're balanced properly in the portfolios. Kenvue, which is owned in the G50, is the maker of Band-Aid and Listerine, announced earnings that beat expectations. The company reiterated their financial outlook, but did say that foreign exchange will have a negative effect on the earnings for the year. Also in the news, some of you may have seen, we're going through a little transition now. You're going to see American Retirement Advisors, which, of course, yes, we founded American Retirement Advisors back in 2016, American Retirement Solutions back in 2007. We're changing our name to Vitale Wealth Management. It's really exciting. We're going to see more releases on this. Just because, a lot of our, I am the president and the owner of American Retirement Advisors and Vitale Wealth Management now. Just because there's just so much going in, making sure we take care of your wealth. There's so many more components with tax strategies and everything that we're bringing in. So we want to make sure that we fully represent that for you. And we're just so excited. So you're going to see some new branding, a lot of new things coming out, a lot of new releases. So looking forward to that. And of course, we're also redoing our lobby here in the Metamora office. So that's really exciting. That's going to be open. So a lot of nice positive changes. So God bless you. Looking forward to seeing you again next week. If you need to get a hold of us, give us a call, 855-756-5700. Also, nothing changes with anything else. There's no number changes. We're going to have a little bit different website. Everything will track one or the other. But as far as the custodian, it's still Schwab, which of course that was a transition we had to do when they bought TD Ameritrade. So that was out of our control. But nothing's changing otherwise. We're with Gradient, just doing that little name change and just spicing it up a little bit. God bless you. We'll see you again.